Okay, this is Algebra 2, and we are on day 2 of polynomials, and today we're looking at multiplying. When you multiply polynomials, you will use distribution or multiplication. Remember that when you have a number in front of the parentheses, you're going to have to distribute it or multiply it by everything inside. So you're going to take your 3 times your x and your 3 times your 2. This is going to become 3x plus 6. Your 3x is going to get distributed to the 2x and to the 5. Now you're going to have to keep in mind your exponent rules. When you're multiplying, you will add the exponents. So 3 times 2 is 6, and then x times x becomes x squared, because that's like a 1 here and a 1 here. And then 3x times 5 is going to become plus 15x. 6x squared and 15x cannot be combined because they're not like terms. One is x squared, the other is simply x. When you have two binomials that are being multiplied together, you do what is sometimes referred to as FOIL, first, outer, inner, last, or you simply distribute each thing from the first set of parentheses to the second. So your x gets distributed, and then your 2 gets distributed. So when you do this, you're going to say x times x is x squared, x times negative 3 is minus 3x, then you're going to say 2 times x is plus 2x, and 2 times negative 3 is minus 6. The key to this kind of problem is that you need to realize you're always going to need to combine the two terms that were in the middle. So you bring down your x squared, negative 3 plus 2 is negative 1, so minus x, and bring down your minus 6 to get your answer. The two in the middle should always combine, and you need to realize that you will not change your exponents when you're combining them. The only time you change your exponents is in that very first step when you're multiplying. So on this one, you're going to take your x and distribute it to the x plus 5, and then you're going to take your 6 and distribute it to the x plus 5. So x times x is x squared, x times 5 is plus 5x, then distribute your 6, 6 times x is plus 6x, 6 times 5 is plus 30. As I said before, the two in the middle should combine. So bring down your x squared, 5x plus 6x is 11, so plus 11x, bring down your plus 30, and you have your answer. Same thing, distribute your x, then distribute your 2. So x times x is x squared, x times negative 6 is minus 6x, 2 times x is plus 2x, 2 times negative 6 is minus 12. The two in the middle should combine, so bring down your x squared. Negative 6 plus 2 is negative 4x, bring down your minus 12. Okay, when you have something written as x plus 4 quantity squared, think about it. What is 3 squared? Well, 3 squared is 9. How did you get that? You said 3 times 3. So when you square something, you're multiplying it by itself. Okay? So x plus 4 quantity squared actually means x plus 4 times x plus 4. So then you're going to distribute your x, and you're going to distribute your 4. X times x is x squared. X times 4 is plus 4x. 4 times x is plus 4x. And 4 times 4 is plus 16. Once again, the two terms in the middle should combine. So you have x squared plus 8x plus 16 for your answer. So if you have x minus 2 quantity squared, this actually means x minus 2 times x minus 2. So you're going to distribute your x, you're going to distribute your negative 2. X times x is x squared, x times negative 2 is minus 2x, negative 2 times x is minus 2x, Negative 2 times negative 2 is plus 4. 2 in the middle will combine. X squared minus 4x plus 4 is your answer. Be careful on this. On one like this where you have the 2 in the middle are both negative, okay, use your calculator. Negative 2 minus 2, or you'll have sign issues. Those of you that like to use shortcuts, I will show you a shortcut for when you square something. Just rewrite this. This was x minus 2 quantity squared. X minus 2 quantity squared. You square the first term, x squared. You put the symbol minus. You take and you multiply all of this together. 2 times 2 is 4 times x is 4x. And then you square the last number, so plus 4. Same thing as what we got before. If I go back to the one that we had just done, square the first term, x squared, it's a plus. 2 times 4 is 8 times x is 8x plus 4 squared is 16. Same thing as what we got. Just a shortcut if you like to use those. Okay, looking at the next one, it doesn't matter how many terms are in the parentheses, you still follow the same steps over and over and over. So 3x is going to get distributed to everything in parentheses. Keep in mind that when you're multiplying variables with exponents, you will add the exponents. So 3x times x squared becomes 3x to the third, because that's like a 1 plus 2. Minus 3x times 5x is 15x squared, plus 3x times 7 is 21x. Now this is your answer because we have x to the third, x squared, and x. All of your exponents are different. They are not like terms, therefore you cannot combine them. Alright, so that's the end of Polynomials Day 2 where we multiply. You are ready for your assignment.